Okay, welcome to Unit 2, Lesson 4, Part 2. This is more translating words into mathematical symbols, but it's specifically just word problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply everything from Part 1 into some more complex word problems. So I'll go over the first one with you, and then you can do the next few on your own, and then I will go over them after you've tried them with your group. But to start off with, let's talk about this word problem cheat sheet that I have for you. These are 4 things for you to do to make the word problem easier. Now, I know that one of the biggest things that people don't like about word problems is that there's a lot there, and you don't know what you need and what you don't need. Well, this is to help you get rid of some of that clutter. So the first thing that you should do is you should think about all the important words that you know, like numbers, any symbols, or any math words. The second thing you do is you underline those words or phrases. The third thing you do is you circle the question being asked. Normally it's, how much such and such? How long did blah blah take? Things like that you're going to circle. And the final thing you do is you just mark out all the extra words, just leaving you the important words. So I'll show you here in problem 1. It says, Keith prepares 7 kilograms of dough every hour he works at the bakery. How much dough did he prepare if he worked 7 hours? So first off, I'm going to look and I'm going to think about and underline those important words. Well, we know that he prepares 7 kilograms every hour. So actions like that, the amount, the number, the unit, those are important. Every hour is a rate of time. It's telling you how long they're doing it. So that's important. How much dough did he prepare if he worked 7 hours? Well, this 7 hours is also important. It's a number and it's a unit of time. And worked is what he did. So those are all the important words. Next, let's circle what we're trying to find. Like I said, it's going to be how much, how long, how many, something like that. Well, here it said how much dough did he prepare. So we're looking for how much dough. So now that we have everything circled like that, we're going to mark out everything that's not important. Keith isn't important. We really don't need to know his name. Of, dough, not too important. He works at a bakery. Who cares? To be honest, it doesn't really matter that he works at the bakery for us to figure out this problem. And then, did he prepare? We don't really need that. That's just fluff. That's just to make it a nice paragraph or sentence. So all we're left with is he prepares 7 kilograms every hour, worked for 7 hours. How much dough did he make? So, using that, we know that he prepares 7 kilograms every hour. So I'll say H is my hour. So 7 times H. Well, we know that he worked for 7 hours, so we know that H equals 7. So if we replace 7 times 7 equals 49, and he prepared 49 kilograms. Because we don't want to forget our unit. So that's how much dough he made. So that's an example of how we're going to break down these word problems and kind of get rid of the extra information we don't need to solve the problem. So okay, let's go on, and I want you to try problem 2 in your group. I'll read it for you first. Troy takes 2 quizzes each week. How many weeks of school will Troy have to attend this quarter before he will have taken a total of 6 quizzes? So go ahead and work through this with your group by pausing the video now. Okay, so I went ahead and underlined and circled everything I thought that was important. As you can see, there's a lot in there that we don't really need. So we know he takes 2 quizzes each week, and we're trying to figure out how many weeks it will take for a total of 6 quizzes. So we're going to do 2 times W, or we can just call that 2W. So 2 quizzes per week, W being weeks, and we're trying to figure out where it's a total of 6 quizzes. So we know that 2W needs to equal 6. If we solve for W, we now know how many weeks it will take. So what we will do is divide by 2, and W equals 3. So it should take 3 weeks. So let me add in weeks there. Now, with a lot of these, at the beginning, while we're just doing word problems, I know you'll be able to look at them and say, oh, I know the answer. What I'm going to do is I am going to work these out in the equations and the expressions like they need to be, because when we start to get into the more complex word problems and problem-solving skills, we'll need to be able to put them in this form. They won't just be as easy as looking at them and saying, oh, I know what that is. So if you can, try to get in the habit of doing this process as well. So problem 3 says a person can pay $9 for a membership to the art museum and then go to the museum for just $1 per visit. For a member, what is the total cost of 15 visits? So go ahead and pause the video and work through this problem with your group now. Right, and I went ahead again and underlined and circled everything. The important things I found here was it says pay $9 for a membership. It's $1 per visit. And then we're looking for the total cost. And then 15 visits is important because that's how many visits we are actually doing. So, this one's interesting because we need to actually think about and put this expression with a variable plus another number. It has a constant. The constant is something that's not going to change. That constant is at $9. We know that no matter what, it's going to cost $9 to be a member. Plus, it's going to be $1 for every visit. So we'll call the visit V. So for each visit that we take, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Well, we know that V equals 15. So if we plug that into our expression here, we will get our answer. So we do 9 plus 1 times 15, which is 9 plus 15. So it looks like it'll cost $26 to visit 15 times. Alright, problem 4. Nia had already read 11 books this year before joining a book club. And she reads, my English is not very good, 1 book per month after joining. If Nia has read 24 books this year, how many months has she been with the book club? So go ahead and pause the video and try this problem with your group now. Okay, so the parts that I found important were they read 11 books this year, and then 1 book per month after joining, and then she read 24 books this year, and then we're looking for how many months has she been in the book club. So we know that we have a constant here again. We have that 11. That 11 is not going to change. We're going to add that to 1 times B, with B being every month that she's in the book club. And that's going to be set equal to 24. So, and it's set to 24 because we know she's read 24 books in total. So if we solve for B, we'll figure out how many months she has been in the book club. So to solve for B, we're going to subtract 11, and we see that B equals 13 months. So she has been in the book club for 13 months. Okay, the last problem, problem 5. It says a football field is about 53 yards wide and 120 yards long. A soccer field has the same area but is 60 yards wide. How long is the soccer field? Now, whenever you solve this, I want you to think about this and maybe draw a picture that might help you. So go ahead and pause the video now to work through this. Okay? And one of the reasons I like a problem like this is that every other problem we've done, we've got rid of a lot of extra words. This problem doesn't have a lot of extra words. A lot of stuff is important. Also, it helps to draw a picture. So we know a football field is 53 yards wide and 120 yards long. Well, let's draw the football field. So here's 50, here's 120. We know that a soccer field has the same area, and it's 60 yards wide though. So if we draw the soccer field, this is 60. And we want to know how long is the soccer field. So in this picture, we're going to make the soccer field our x. We're trying to find that. And here we got to think, and this is multi-step. So we know that they have the same area. Well, we need to figure out what's the area. Now we can't use the soccer field because we're missing a dimension. But we can use the football field. Area of a rectangle is base times height. So if we do 50 times 120, we can figure out the area. And I need to make a correction. It's not 50, it's 53 yards. I apologize for that. It's 53. And we get 6,360 yards. So that's the area. Well, if we know they have the same area, that means we can set them equal to each other. So let's look and see the area of the soccer field. Well, we know it's going to be 60 times x, which we can just call 60x. So if we set that equal to this 6,360, we can now solve for x. Divide by 60, and we get that x equals 106 yards. And there is your intro to word problems.